Live on Suzilla.
Good done. So welcome to Suzilla. I'm Susie. That's Matt. We are here at Wenatchee Insurance Agency, and it's Thursday.
Yes.
It's September, which in Wenatchee is fire season.
It's usually smoke season.
Smoke season. Yeah. Well, in Wenatchee proper, we're not on fire, but a lot of our surrounding areas are on fire.
Yeah, we're kind of used to it at this point.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't mean we have to like it.
it doesn't mean we like it, but it's something that you develop over time. It's like, what do you do? You know, warn people all last winter. Hey, this is the time to get your homeowners insurance because they will lock down
They look at zip codes, entire zip codes.
entire zip codes.
Insurance.
And we were actually watching one in an area because they were going to make a pretty significant savings, but because there was a nearby fire, the company locked down the zip code.
So now we're watching for that to open back up.
Yeah, probably not going to happen because we got fires that are overlapping now.
It's getting in. We get dry. We get lightning strikes a lot in this area.
Yeah, and it was one of those dry lightnings.
Yeah. And at this point at the end of summer, it's dry. It's like sneeze on it and things burst into flames, and so we're running into that.
Yeah, we went from like 2 before the weekend to we're up to like 12.
Yeah.
Large fires.
Yeah. I mean, I know I saw one that was like 3,500 acres up by Peshaston.
That's the Sugarloaf.
Yeah.
It started at like over towards Lake Wenatchee and burned itself up over the hill,
yeah.
and is headed to Ardenbar.
Yeah. Which is over by actually that's a different one. Or they've got two of them meeting.
They got two. They got convergence.
It's gonna be a big ass fire. Ardenbar is a very small city, very small town, very small, like sneeze and you miss it town. Up the Iniat.
Yes.
Up in the River. And they're last time I looked, which was a while ago, they're under a level 3 get out now alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. That means you're evacuated. Get out. Your shit's gonna be on fire.
It's why a lot of folks have grab bags.
Yeah, that's if you're going to be living in a situation where that kind of stuff happens. You have go bags. You have essential information. And you have it locked up. You have it kept safe.
Yep.
And with backup medications and backup clothes and backup paperwork and backup pictures. And if it says get out now, you grab the bag and go. There is no, when you've got the level 3 go now, you do not have time to pack anything but yourself and the cat. If you can catch the cat.
If you catch the cat.
But they do, a lot of times they go, okay, it's level 2, get ready to go. And that gives you a couple of minutes. But it can go to nothing to level 3 in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, and there are some cases where you have like your passports and birth certificates and DD-214s stashed away at a deposit box.
Yeah, and that's not a bad idea.
Oh no, that's perfectly reasonable because what you start to get into what do I take, what do I keep, and there are points where you're up in some of those areas, you're outside of the immediate.
You don't have a fire truck that lives on the corner.
Yeah, and then you start to run into problems with, well, how are they going to fight the fires? And that's some of the problems that we're running into now, because in some of that terrain is very rough.
Yes.
So it's airdrops, and yes, I could put out some hot spots.
It's not super efficient. It gets the job.
It can get the job done,
but it's not like you've got boots on the ground digging trenches to cause fire breaks. I mean, you do, but it takes a lot of effort to get there.
Yeah, and fire breaks fire breaks used to be really, really, really effective. And except now you get the dryness, and when winds pick up, you get embers to carry.
Exactly, and we're running into right now. We don't have a lot of wind, which is good, and that's probably saving a lot of bacon. And we are expecting rain next week.
Yeah,
so that should help. But the fact is, the natural fire breaks, things like highways aren't natural, but fire breaks in rivers and creek beds and green belts, it slows things down, but it doesn't take much to jump that. Jumping a fire break is a thing.
Oh yeah, we've had
but that's no
the Columbia River is a mile wide in spots. We've actually had fires that have jumped that.
They've jumped the Columbia, yeah. Now that doesn't mean don't create when you're building a house or having a piece of property that's in a fire-prone zone. Still give yourself a fire break.
Oh, prep the heck out of it.
Yeah, do not have, evergreens right up next to your house. Have a nice verdant space that's not.
You want a defendable space.
That's a word we want. Defendable space. Because what you're going to do is you are the last line of defense until you get to go now, because those guys, they're the firefighters, the hotspot guys. It is their job to protect property, and they do a damn fine job.
No, lives first, then property second.
Property, yeah.
And then the only time you get property first is when you've got a multi-million-dollar home and a private insurance company will drop a actual privatized firefighting unit on your property.
Yeah, those are pretty rare.
Yeah, most people that are listening to this do not have that kind of money.
No, because I don't think we have a lot of people listening to us in California.
Well, where we're at, and there are a couple spaces over there that are multi-million up the ante at. Yeah. I've been watching one that's like 1.5.
Well, that's not.
But you got to cross the 5 million barrier.
Exactly. If 1.5 million, that doesn't take much these days.
Oh no.
No, we're talking to people who can afford to self-insure.
Yeah, but it's foolish.
Oh, it is foolish. But if you have one of these multi-million-dollar homes, which we're talking, we're mansion level usually, they've got those policies that they have. They're working with like Lloyd's of London, where they will drop somebody in. Yeah. But if you've also got, if it were me, and I were building a home that was a multi-million-dollar home, I would make it as, I've seen a couple out there that are basically fire resistant.
Oh yeah, there's one famously up over near Riverside along 97, and they used basically it's a cement dome home, and it's designed for they can shut everything down so that they get limited air intake, and a fire can go over top of them.
Yeah, and they would survive.
Yeah,
and their building would their space would survive. It wouldn't be fun. Well, it could be fun, but yeah, it's apocalypse building.
It takes some fundage to do that.
It does. It takes some dollars to do it and some cleverness for that one. But like I said, if you're a multi-millionaire and you're building your own home, I would go that route. I would go as A, defensible, and B, fire resistant as possible. I mean, those sometimes they have big drop shutters you can put down to protect the windows. I'm sure there are very attractive fire-resistant sidings.
Oh, well, you've got metal sidings, you've got metal roofs that really reduce it. It's how the vents are done. Of course, no shrubbery next to the thing, no arborvitae. No cedar shank. It's gotten to the point where in town there are companies that will not cover cedar roofs.
Cedar shake roofs, there's no reason for cedar shake roofs anymore. And yeah, they're treated cedar. There's no question about that. And cedar is naturally fire resistant, but
oh no, it's not.
Well, no.
No, it is not.
No, it's not. I'm sorry, but they treat the shakes, but it's attractive.
Cedar is bug resistant.
Bug resistant. I knew it was resistant to something.
And we actually ran into years ago when we were over camping on the coast a bunch of they were selling cedar leftovers for firewood, and that stuff would not burn.
No.
And what they did was they cut up the stuff that they had already treated, and they were selling that for firewood. And because it was treated with fire resistant materials, you weren't going to burn that stuff.
No, it didn't burn, and that was a waste of $5. So, oh well. Either way. Yes, even you don't want. The thing is, if you're in a catastrophic fire situation, fire resistant is not fireproof.
No.
and even the cedar shake will burst into flames. Cedar, and if the cedar shake roof is old, that fire resistance does wear off.
Oh yeah.
So your roof will burst into flames. And so your insurance companies are not going to want to insure those. But there's no reason to have a cedar shake roof anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different options that are equally attractive.
Well, sometimes you run into covenants.
Oh, that's BS. And you're right. No, you're not wrong, but that's a BS covenant.
And that is that whole, hey, let's have an aesthetic. And it's like, everyone does cedar shake. I want to say the ones over at Sunny Slope a couple of years ago had that.
Cedar shake?
Yeah.
Covenants? Oh my Lord.
I know there was a bunch where I grew up over on the coast that had that covenant in their building codes.
That was 40 years ago, babe. I can't imagine they're doing it now.
Why not?
Because people aren't that. Well, yeah, people are that stupid.
People are that stupid. They don't update laws. They get someone that's like, oh well, it's so pretty when it bursts into flames.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you've got to really, pay attention, particularly when you're building on putting some smart features into it that are make it fire resistant.
Tile roofs, metal roofs,
mm-hmm.
Adobe, the stucco size.
It's really you rarely see Adobe up here.
That takes a lot of work.
Rampacked earth is a viable building technique. It's ancient. For some reason, we don't have a lot of it up here.
It's very southwestern,
mm-hmm.
and the southwestern aesthetic isn't really trendy up here. It also might be we don't have the right materials easily. It's like why we don't have a lot of brick buildings.
Oh no, we've got the materials. You just cart it in. It takes a lot of labor.
It's skilled labor too.
There's no such thing as unskilled labor. And one of the aesthetics on it is a flat roof.
Yeah, which is awkward if you live in a place like us, like here, where we have winter.
Oh yeah, and that's one of those. There are insurance companies that do not insure flat roofs because of leakage.
But just because the aesthetic is a flat roof doesn't mean you have to have a flat roof. You can do the packed earth and have a standard.
No, then you get into the tiles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that can be really attractive.
Mm-hmm. And at the same time, the difficult nature of that is the cost.
Yeah, that is not expensive. It's not cheap.
No.
There are synthetic tiles now that are fire resistant, that are lighter and less expensive.
Well, you poo-pooed me over the cement logs. That you could build a log home that they've got the concrete to the point where it looks like a log.
Yeah, and when you're thinking about fire, it's like, it's growing. But I know. I don't know what to tell you on that one. I get it. If it's a log home, it's a log. So otherwise, it's a faux log home.
Hey, it's fires. I've had more than one buddy that's lost their family cabin in the woods.
Yeah,
it's rough.
It is because there's all kinds of memories up in there. Mm-hmm. It's fun. I don't know. Would you build a faux log home?
Oh, an heartbeat. Because it's the biggest problem I would have with a faux log home would be hanging pictures.
Oh, well, that's something you do. Well, on the interior, you basically just you
3M it with the sticker stuff.
Well, you do that, or you drywall the interior. It can be done.
But see, if you have a log home, why would you drywall?
Because so you can hang pictures. Because you want it to look more boring on the inside than it does on the outside.
Yeah, I just wouldn't know.
But the thing is, it's if you've got a log, if it's logs, you can drill into it. If it's concrete logs, not so much.
You can still drill.
It's just a lot more effort.
Yeah,
it's a very permanent.
And then the other question is what sort of concrete are they using? Because not all concrete is equal.
Oh no, not by a long shot.
And when you start to play around with that stuff, it's like, okay, well, how do we do this and how do we do that? Where do we put walkways? How do we take care of our critters? Because yeah, I know that up in Omac, a couple times they pulled in critters to the Stampede grounds.
Oh yeah, and they do the same thing in Waterville, and
Mhm.
the fairgrounds become um, shelters for animals.
Yeah.
And right now, I suspect both, all of our local fairgrounds are open up for folks who are up in Chelan and
Well,
that have horses and cows.
it's hard. It's hard to say because the one down the Chelan County Fairgrounds is over in Cashmere,
Yeah.
and well, it's not it's kind of outside of the scope of things for that Sugarloaf fire.
Yeah. All right, but there's places, and then a lot of folks. I've also seen a lot of private people who open up their space. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, I got a great big pasture. Bring your animals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's awesome neighborliness.
Well, you gotta be neighborly when we're dealing with situations like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, yeah, how do we take her? Yeah, this is the ones up in Lake Chelan.
Matt's highlighting it on a map, and some of it's red, a lot of it's pink.
Well,
Red
this
is bad.
Yeah, this is the DNR dashboard preparedness level. So yeah, I know where everything's going on and where yeah, the Stevens County is just getting hammered for the last couple of days.
See what's I'd say total acres burned to date. What have we got for active acreage right now? Does it show?
It does not have active acreage right now.
Yeah, it's several thousand acres, and it's going to take a while to come down from this.
Yeah, they burned only 8 acres last night.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, since the last report. But yeah, it's you start to find out who's got preparedness. There's the Bear Gulch one where they yoinked the firefighters off of.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Well, no, that's part of the issue that we're going to have going forward.
People who are not going to want to work for the DNR because guess what? They're going to get raided by ICE.
Yeah, it happened over on the coast. There's questions on what management did to those two teams.
There's a lot of questions. It looks fishy as hell. And what the heck? Oh well, I don't know what the heck. I know what they were thinking, but it's not good because I mean, these are people that are trying to A, earn a living, B, save their friends and neighbors. A lot of
yeah, the long-standing tradition was hands off the emergency response teams.
Yeah, just leave them alone. Let them do their jobs.
Because those are people that are doing dangerous jobs to save the community. It's not a complex formula. No. And when you're not on the lines doing stuff, you are resting and recuperating. If you're a team leader, you're coordinated with someone else. So you've got a lot of things there. But yeah, they basically pulled two teams together, about 700 guys, and harangued them for a couple hours.
Yeah, two off the lines, or off their rest periods, for a couple hours, and walked out with.
Well, what they did was they assigned these two units to go send them off on a private section to go cut wood for locals for firewood. Mm-hmm. That was their assigned how to get them there. Mm-hmm. When the crews showed up there, it's like, well, this is weird. This is all laid out by the timber guys. Mm-hmm. So it was fishy on that. So they called in dispatches like, hey, what do you want going on? And the dispatch basically told them to hang tight. And
by calling in, dispatch confirmed that they were there.
And then the ICE showed up or harassed them. And the thing is they're behind fire lines. Yeah. So someone had to let them in and direct them down these, back roads to get there, because you're out in the woods, and if you don't know where to go, you're not going to find someone.
Yeah, pretty much. And that was very targeted. And
so yeah,
and shame on those ICE agents for even thinking that was okay.
Well, yeah, and the whoever the management team is
double shame on them.
Yeah, because that creates a huge problem because you have to be able to trust your superiors not to throw you into trouble situations.
Exactly, and this is a major. I mean, it's there's gonna be people who will not, who will not do what they're trained to do because they're afraid they're going to get hauled off to Uganda.
Well, yeah, and working the fire lines like that, you used to be able to get a secondhand water truck, get a loan for it, and have it paid off after 2 fire seasons.
Nice, didn't know that.
Yeah, if you had a CDL that because the hours worked, but yeah, you could pay off a water truck within two.
Make some bucks doing that.
I had a friend in high school. He went and did it was a big massive fire up at Winthrop, and he worked the kitchens, and that's how he got his college money.
Nice.
So yeah, you work crazy amounts of hours.
And you work really freaking hard.
No matter what you do, whether you're working the lines or you're doing support.
It's hard, intense work that is a lot of hours
in
a short period of time, and you get paid accordingly for it. It's Washington's, well, I don't know Washington State, but it's it's like doing the fishing season in Alaska.
Yeah. Hard to say. It's one of those ones because we lose firefighters on a regular basis.
Oh yeah. People die on a regular basis.
Yeah. I've known more than one that's had to deploy the baked potato routine.
Yes.
Where you put the fire blanket over you.
You got to do it like a fire blanket and keep yourself from dying.
Well, yeah, you hope to God you don't get baked too hard, but yeah, it's amazing what these people go through, and to further torment and make their lives difficult. It's like ain't right.
No, it's not right, and that's
so yeah. So we're gonna be plagued with that for years to come.
Oh yeah.
Because it's you're taking out of the people with the possibility of being able to do that.
And these are people who've done this for years. They're skilled at this. They know they're not going in there as greenhorns going, oh, what do I do? Where's that shovel?
You still get the onesie twosies.
Yes, but a lot of the people who have got those mad skills that have been doing this for years are the ones that are going to say, you know what? I have to take care of my family and not lose everything, so I'm not going out on these fires. And so we will lose experience.
Oh, yeah.
We will lose leadership. We will lose just bodies on the line.
Oh yeah.
And that's not okay.
So yeah,
we pivot.
Well, it's part of the whole.
It's part of the whole thing.
Whole principle. I mean, some of the issues that they're contending with is a lack of Forest Service individuals.
Yeah.
I mean, a good example is the enchantments. Normally, there was 12 rangers up there to take care of situations and
because the enchantments are gorgeous and lovely, and people love to climb them and fall down them.
And they're down to 1.
Yes. So
you're talking
it's always been
8% strength.
Yeah, and it has always been the enchantments has always been one of those really carefully metered spaces.
Yeah.
Because it is so lovely and it is so delicate that they've always said, okay, if you want to be an enchantment, here's your lottery number. Good luck.
Here's your permits. Go have at it. Yeah. But yeah, we're dealing with a lack of those federal employees that are able to maintain it and spot fires before. Oh my gosh, we got thousands of acres on fire.
I mean, how many people who would normally be up in the fire spotting towers aren't there this year? And these are critical. You don't think about it, it's like, yeah, you're up in a tall tower all summer, And they're like, they're not doing nothing. It's a waste of money. Yeah, until there's a lightning strike and you stop it before it engulfs 15,000 acres.
Yeah.
Because you can say, hey, guys, get a bucket on that there now.
I see the smoke. Yeah, and that whole thing, there was a couple articles on that of because some of those guys, literally volunteered because they understood the danger. And shame on the feds for saying, oh no, we're not going to pay these guys, because that's kind of the front lines that we have lost.
Yeah.
With some of these cuts, and it's bad stewardship.
It is.
It's becoming slum lords of the forest.
And by the way, sweeping the forest and sweeping up the pine needles isn't going to do anything. Sorry, that was from a few years ago.
That was from a few years ago. And
no, it's not good stewardship. It is not. It is not stewardship of our forests. It's not good stewardship of our fields. It's not. It's just not taking care of our country.
And we've had. Susie and I have gone to the woods enough times that we've run across some of the old sites, where some of the early days, like the 20s and 30s, they did reclamation projects where their focus was not necessarily to maintain nature, but to involve it. A great one was example that was Soda Springs.
Oh yeah.
I do not even think that's open anymore.
I don't think you can get down to it. And when we went there, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
The road down was
must have 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, 4-wheel drive. Yeah. It was definitely rustic, I guess. If they're not doing any kind, and they stopped maintaining the vault toilets and stuff like that. So at this point, it is, if they haven't touched the roads, it's probably impassable.
Yeah, but what they did at that point, because where it got its name was it had a natural bubbly water coming from the ground,
naturally effervescent spring, and it's super cool.
But yeah, they made like little wading pools and all sorts of things.
Made their own soda pops before that was something you could get naturally. You made their own effervescent lemonade.
Oh yes, and the deer loved it.
Oh yeah.
But that was one of the spots that you wouldn't see unless you know it was there, because you had a history.
Right.
But yeah, we saw the ranger station get pulled out a couple of years ago. And they used to staff and say, "Oh yeah, go down this trail," or don't go down that trail. So you see this cycle of lack of personnel and this reliance on volunteerism.
Yeah, which is awesome until you run out of volunteers, or you get volunteers who are of ulterior motives. We've seen that happen too.
Yeah, and that's really important to you're taking, basically you're relying on people who aren't getting paid to do a job.
Yeah.
What does that sound like?
Sounds like slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's why I take issues for government agencies and nonprofits that rely heavily on volunteers to do jobs.
Well, and there are people who could use a paid job and that would have the skills to do that.
Oh yeah.
And the people who are volunteering, I'm sure that they could use a little extra money in their pocket.
Oh yeah. So there's that consideration. All right. So one of the things that we should discuss is smoke.
Yes.
Because smoke is a thing. You're going to have to contend with watching the smoke levels, particularly if you got like asthma and some of the other conditions.
The air quality index is what you're looking for. You can find it. You can Google it. My smartwatch has an air quality index option on. You can pull that on one of my on a watch face.
Yes.
And I track that pretty regularly just because I need to know, where we are. Happily, we don't have asthma issues in our household, but we do have other things that we need to be aware of.
So yeah, you're going to want to be changing your filters.
Make sure your filters are good. I saw, what was I looking at? Oh no, never mind. It was old. But one of the tricks that we learned a few years ago is if you are in a situation where you're really kind of stuck, is you can get a box fan and tape a furnace filter to it.
Oh, bungee cord works too.
Bungee cord works too, but yeah, hook up furnace filter to it, and that's sort of a DIY air filter.
Oh, it works great. I know Lake Wenatchee. There was a bunch. There's like 20 up at the fire station yesterday.
Oh, that you can go get.
That they could go get,
Maybe
and it helps. It really clears out the rooms and your household, and makes it a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a certain point where it's like, oh yeah, I've been out in the thing, and my skin feels sticky. Mm-hmm. You know, you got ash on your car, and I get annoyed at the red skies.
Yes.
That little filter does not please me at all.
It's very disconcerting.
So yeah, if you find yourself, hey, why am I so angry? It's like, well, maybe you've been out in the red glow of the smoke.
Yeah. And by the way, if you are prone to any kind of pulmonary issues, wear a stinking mask.
The N95s.
That's what you're looking for.
That's what you're looking for. And please, whatever you do not fall for the hey, let's file an insurance claim for the smoke.
That's not that all that's going to do is drive your rates.
We saw that. It was about 8-10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And most people had, a deductible of $1,000, so they might have got $200 to clean their drapes.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Well, why are my rates up?" And I had to point out, see this smoke claim here? This is what's driving. But I only got $200 for it, or I didn't get anything for it.
Well, that's because you had to meet your deductible, didn't you, friend?
And yeah, it's even worse these days because you've got a lot of deductibles that are running on percentages.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people out there trying to scam you to run that and blah, 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 blah.
It's like, yeah, they'll get paid, but you will shell out a lot out of pocket, and you won't. So talk to your insurance agents before you file a claim.
Yeah, a smoke claim is not something you can normally get. It's normally worth the effort. All right, so that's the end of the things today. Keep an eye on your neighbors. Watch your friends. Watch your neighbors. Keep an eye on.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. All right. Bye.
Bye.